Be honest, I would put myself in the same category as D-Wade. I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing that he have that I don't have is, more wins and 2 championships. That's it.
I can't believe Monta Ellis said that. Don't get me wrong, Monta Ellis was a great player. He had career averages of nearly 18 points and 4 assists, and he even had a year where he averaged 25.5 points, but he's nowhere near D-Wade. Statistically, D-Wade had way better numbers in the regular season and postseason, and he also accomplished way more things than him. Monta Ellis never really accomplished anything in his career. He's never been an all-star, never made an all-NBA team, never won a championship, and also only came out of the first round one time in his career. He did win the Most Improved Player award back in 2007 though. Paul Pierce was another player who thought he was better than D-Wade too.
Who's the better NBA player?
That's easy. I can say that off the bat. That's me. If you give me Shaq, if you give me LeBron,
they did. Call the big three.
We got that late, but like early in my career.
What are you doing right now?
If you give me these guys early in my career.
Paul Pierce saying he was better than D-Wade isn't as bad as Monta Ellis saying it, because he's definitely up there with him, but he's not better. And I love Paul Pierce too. He was one of my favorite players growing up, but D-Wade got it. I'm gonna let Jalen Rose explain why.
He's made All-NBA first team twice. Paul hasn't done it. He made All-NBA 8 times to your 4. Ooh. He's made All-Defensive team 3 times to your 0.
Ooh, 0. That's rough.
He's won 1 scoring title. You weren't able to win the scoring title.
That's too bad.
He has 3 rings. You have 1 ring.
When D-Wade was asked about it, he was pretty chill about it.
I'm a high road kind of person, man.
In your prime.
I let my game speak for. I don't go back.
How about your high school prime?
Nah.
Middle school prime.
Look, one thing I won't do is I won't put another black man down or like that.
Tell it.
Salute.
Tell it, man.
I'm not doing that.
We still see ourselves as a playoff team. At the end of the day, like T. Lou said, we're still 4-time Eastern Conference champions. So until you take us down from that, teams ain't got much to say. Boston, Philly, they ain't got much to say. Boston had home court game 7, lost. Philly, you guys almost got swept.
I'm surprised Tristan Thompson really said the Cavs is still the team to beat after LeBron left. Does he not know every time LeBron leaves a team, they become bad? After LeBron left the Cavs the first time, they was the second worst team in the NBA, only winning 19 games. When LeBron left the Heat, they only won 37 games with D-Wade and Chris Bosh still on that team. So Tristan Thompson should have knew they wasn't going to be on top of the East anymore. They wasn't even close to still being the team to beat in the East too. They only won 19 games, which was tied for the second worst record.
Might try to win MVP, might try to go for 6th man of the year, might try to get most improved. I might try to win defensive player of the year this year, I'm gonna shoot for that. I got robbed, man, for last year, so, I'm a star.
Nick Young had to be joking when he said all of this. At that moment, he was a solid player in the league, coming off a year averaging 18 points, but he wasn't a star, and he definitely wasn't robbed of the defensive player of the year. He's never been known to be a defensive player in his career. That season, he ended up not winning the MVP, didn't win the 6th man or defensive player of the year, and it was one of his worst seasons in the NBA. He averaged 13 points, but only shot 36% from the field. Before the 1993 finals, Barkley was saying it was the Suns' destiny to win the championship. This was Jordan's reaction to that statement.
He's been telling me that crap ever since he's been here.
What's your response?
I mean, he's got a different destiny than what we see it. We're destined to win as much as he's destined to win, and right now we got the 1 game up.
And even after the Suns was down 3-1, Barkley kept the same energy and even said God wanted them to win.
I believe it is our destiny to win the world championship. I have believed that for the last year, and I believe in my heart that we're going to win the world championship. And I told you that. I don't care about being down 3-1. God wants us to win the world championship.
As we all know, they would lose that series in 6 games. If Jordan didn't play so damn good, they could have possibly won. That series, Jordan averaged 41 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, and nearly 2 steals, shooting 50% from the field and 40% from 3. This was hands down the greatest final series of all time.
He's got his confidence level up. Right now, he's just 2 for 9 from the floor, not real confident shooting.
Points. In the 4th quarter, that is a NBA Finals record low, but it was.
Ironically, after that series, Barkley said it just wasn't meant to be.
I think deep down we feel like, I'm not going to sit and say we're better than the Bulls, but I think we feel like we're just as good as they are. In the 4 games we lost, hypothetically we could have won in any one of the games. or all four of them. But it just wasn't meant to be.
When Brandon Jennings was asked about playing the Heat, this is what he said.
I know everybody's counting us out, but for us, you know, there's really no pressure on us right now. So we just gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And win?
Yeah.
And how many games?
6.
That was my reaction.
I love his confidence, but he should have never said that. The Bucks had no chance of beating them that year. Not only did they end up getting swept by the Heat, every game they lost was by 11 points or more. Brandon Jennings also didn't play well that series. He averaged 13 points and 4 assists, but only shot 29% from the field and 21% from 3. LeBron was extremely efficient that series though. He averaged 24.5 points, 8 boards, and 7 assists, shooting nearly 63% from the field.
Puts the move on Julius. Sam Cassell, they were at 1 game from the finals, losing to Allen out of the hop. Back it goes from Cole to James.
During Game 3 of the finals last year, Curry had one of the best final performances of all time with 47 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals, but they still lost.
Curry, foul line jumper, 45.
After the game, Draymond Green said this.
We just got to continue to battle and win the next game, go back to Toronto, win Game 5, come back to Oracle, win Game 6, and then celebrate. Fun times ahead.
As we all know, they ended up losing this series in 6 games. But if Klay and Durant wasn't hurt, they would have had a way better chance of winning. The Raptors played great that series though, so they definitely deserved that ring.
I'm gonna say no, because this is why. In clutch situations.
Why are you starting with that?
It was money in the bank. I mean, you got Klay, if you got Klay down the stretch and you got me down the stretch, who you want shooting that 3?
Paul Pierce was a pretty good shooter throughout his career, but he was nowhere near Klay. I would take Klay down the stretch to make a 3 over him any day of the week. Paul Pierce's best shooting season from 3 was back in 2002. He was making 2.6 threes a game while shooting 40%. Since Klay's 3rd season in the league, he's been making 2.6 threes or better on 40% or better every year. His best year from out there was in 2016. He made 3.5 threes per game while shooting 42% from out there.
Worst possible news for the Warriors. Klay Thompson has suffered a full tear of his right Achilles. He will miss the entire season. He missed last season with an ACL tear in his left knee. This is his right Achilles.
But hearing that Klay tore his Achilles broke my heart. I damn near shed a tear reading that news. He worked so hard to recover from an ACL injury just to end up tearing his Achilles. Hopefully he can come back stronger than ever. That's dead my favorite player. But let me know what y'all think about these players' takes in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more vids. Peace.